Charlie's hands trembled as she gripped the phone, dialing 911 with a resolve she never knew she possessed, while her stepmother, Evelyn, stood defiantly at the counter of Charlie's own cafe, refusing to pay for the lavish brunch she'd just devoured with her church friends. The bustling morning crowd fell silent, eyes wide, as sirens wailed in the distance, turning what should have been a simple family visit into a public spectacle that would shatter illusions and force buried secrets into the light. In that moment, Charlie realized this wasn't just about an unpaid bill. It was the culmination of years of suppressed anger, hidden identities, and the suffocating weight of expectations that had defined her life. Charlie's mind raced back to the beginning, to the day she first met Celeste, as if replaying a film that had led inexorably to this confrontation. It was 3 years ago, in the heart of Seattle's vibrant Capitol Hill neighborhood, where the air hummed with the energy of acceptance and rebellion. Charlie, then 25, had just opened her cafe, Brewed Awakenings, a cozy spot that served not just coffee but a sense of community for those who felt out of place elsewhere. She poured her savings into it, every penny scraped from waitressing gigs and odd jobs, dreaming of a space where people like her, queer, questioning, or just plain different, could breathe freely. But Evelyn's voice echoed in her head even then. "You're throwing your life away on frivolities, Charlotte." Evelyn always used her full name, as if to remind her of the proper girl she was supposed to be. Charlie's father had married Evelyn when Charlie was 12, after her mother's death from cancer left a void that Evelyn filled with rigid rules and evangelical fervor. "God has a plan," Evelyn would say, her Bible thumping like a gavel in their suburban home outside the city. Charlie learned early to hide her feelings, the crushes on girls in school buried under layers of feigned interest in boys and church youth groups. Celeste walked into the cafe on a rainy afternoon, her umbrella dripping as she shook off the Seattle drizzle. She was 28, with sharp features softened by a warm smile, her dark hair tied back in a practical ponytail that spoke of someone who prioritized substance over style. "Large black coffee, please," she said, her voice carrying a faint New York accent that hinted at a life uprooted. Charlie felt an immediate pull, a spark that made her fumble the cup. As she handed it over, their fingers brushed, and Charlie's heart stuttered. "You own this place?" Celeste asked, glancing around at the pride flags subtly woven into the decor. "Yeah, it's my baby," Charlie replied, forcing a casual tone while her mind screamed, "Don't stare, don't make it weird." But Celeste lingered, chatting about her job as a social worker helping LGBTQ+ youth, and Charlie found herself opening up about her own struggles. Growing up in a conservative household, the constant fear of disappointing her family. By closing time, they were deep in conversation, the rain pounding outside mirroring the storm building in Charlie's chest. This could be something, she thought, but what if it destroys everything? Their relationship blossomed quietly at first, stolen moments in the cafe after hours, walks along the Puget Sound where they could hold hands without prying eyes. Celeste understood the shadows Charlie carried. Her own family had disowned her when she came out at 20, forcing her to rebuild in a new city. "We don't owe them our happiness," Celeste would whisper, her arms around Charlie in the dim light of her apartment. But Charlie wrestled with guilt, the voice of Evelyn in her head. "Homosexuality is a sin, Charlotte. Choose wisely." She hadn't told her family yet, fearing the fallout, the potential loss of her father's fragile approval. As months turned to years, the cafe thrived, becoming a haven for the community. Charlie and Celeste moved in together, their love a quiet anchor amid the chaos. But cracks began to show. Evelyn started dropping by unannounced, her visits laced with passive aggression. "This place is colorful," she'd say, eyeing the rainbow stickers. Charlie deflected, but inside she agonized. If she knew about Celeste, would she cut me off? Would Dad side with her? The pressure built like a pressure cooker, small incidents piling up, Evelyn criticizing Charlie's lifestyle choices, hinting at setting her up with a nice young man from church. Then came the day of the brunch. Evelyn arrived with her Bible study group, 5 women in pastel dresses, their laughter filling the cafe. They ordered extravagantly: avocado toasts, lattes with extra foam, pastries piled high. Charlie served them herself, hoping for a rare moment of peace. But when the bill came, Evelyn waved it away. "Family doesn't pay, dear. Consider it a blessing." Her smile was saccharine, but her eyes dared Charlie to challenge her. Charlie's stomach twisted. This wasn't the first time. Evelyn had pulled similar stunts, treating the cafe like her personal perk. But today, with bills stacking up and the rent due, Charlie couldn't let it slide. "Evelyn, please. It's a business," she said quietly, her voice steady despite the inner turmoil. "If I back down now, I'll never stand up for myself." The women exchanged glances and Evelyn's face hardened. "Ungrateful child. After all we've done for you." The argument escalated, voices rising. Customers shifted uncomfortably. Celeste, who was in the back office, emerged, her presence a silent support. Evelyn spotted her, the intimacy between them unmistakable. "Who's this?" she demanded, suspicion flaring. Charlie's heart pounded. "Not now, not like this." But Evelyn pressed, and in the heat of the moment Charlie snapped. "She's my girlfriend, Evelyn. And you need to pay your bill." The silence was deafening. Evelyn's face contorted in disgust. "Girlfriend? You mean you're one of them?" The word hung like a slur. Her friends gasped, one murmuring prayers. Charlie felt exposed, raw but also liberated. Finally, it's out. But Evelyn wasn't done. "Your father will hear about this. And don't expect any more support from us." She tossed cash on the counter, short by half, and stormed out, leaving Charlie reeling. That night, alone with Celeste, Charlie broke down. "What have I done? They'll disown me." Celeste held her, but doubt crept in. "Is this worth the pain? Can we survive the backlash?" The call from her father came the next day, his voice heavy with disappointment. "Evelyn says you're living in sin. Is it true?" Charlie confirmed, her words a mix of defiance and fear. He sighed. "I love you, but I can't condone this. Think about your soul." The fallout rippled outward. Church friends boycotted the cafe. Online reviews tanked with veiled homophobic comments. Charlie's savings dwindled, forcing her to consider closing. Inside, she battled, was coming out a mistake? Should I have stayed hidden? Celeste urged resilience, but tensions grew between them. "We knew this might happen," Celeste said, but Charlie lashed out. "You don't have family left to lose." As weeks passed, the drama intensified. Evelyn, not content with private rejection, started a whisper campaign in their old neighborhood, painting Charlie as rebellious and immoral. Charlie's half-sister Mia, only 16, called in tears. "Mom says you're going to hell. Is it true?" Charlie's heart ached. "I'm poisoning the family. Maybe I should end it with Celeste to save them." But the thought tore her apart. Celeste, sensing Charlie's withdrawal, confronted her. "Are you regretting us?" The question hung heavy. Charlie admitted her fears, the moral quandary of choosing love over family. Their argument was fierce, words like daggers. "If you leave, you're letting them win," Celeste cried. Charlie stormed out, wandering the streets, her mind a whirlwind. Love shouldn't cost this much. But hiding is death too. Reconciliation seemed impossible until an unexpected ally emerged. Charlie's father showed up at the cafe one evening, alone. "I miss my daughter," he said, his eyes tired. They talked for hours, Charlie pouring out her truths, the years of suppression. He listened, conflicted. "Evelyn's faith is her anchor, but you're my blood." It wasn't full acceptance, but a crack in the wall. Yet Evelyn doubled down, confronting Celeste directly at her workplace, accusing her of corrupting Charlie. The betrayal stung. How dare she invade our lives? Celeste held firm, but the stress mounted. Charlie faced a choice: fight back or fold. The turning point came when Evelyn returned to the cafe, this time with a group protesting immoral businesses. Signs waved outside, chants echoing. Charlie's blood boiled. Enough. She called the police, reporting harassment. As officers arrived, dispersing the crowd, Evelyn screamed accusations. In the chaos, Charlie stood tall. "This is my life, my love. Accept it or leave." The media caught wind, turning the story viral. A young lesbian entrepreneur standing against family bigotry. Support poured in, the cafe bustling again. But victories came with scars. Charlie's father filed for divorce from Evelyn, citing irreconcilable differences, a shock that left Charlie guilty. Did I break their marriage? Celeste and Charlie grew closer through the fire, but questions lingered. As they rebuilt, Charlie wondered, was the pain worth the freedom? The aftermath of the protest lingered like a bad aftertaste, infiltrating every corner of Charlie's thoughts. She replayed the scene endlessly. Evelyn's face twisted in righteous fury, the flash of police lights cutting through the evening dusk, and the crowd's murmurs shifting from hostility to uncertainty. I called the cops on my own stepmother, Charlie thought, the weight of it pressing on her chest like a stone. What kind of person does that make me? A hero or a monster? The viral article in the local paper hailed her as a symbol of resistance, but inside, doubt gnawed at her resolve. Celeste tried to reassure her that night, as they sat on their worn couch in the small apartment above the cafe. You did what you had to. She crossed a line. But Charlie pulled away, her mind swirling with ethical dilemmas. Was it self-defense or revenge? I've shattered the family. Dad's talking divorce, Mia's confused. All because I wouldn't stay silent. Sleep evaded her, replaced by nightmares of abandonment, echoes of Evelyn's voice condemning her to eternal damnation. The next morning brought more turmoil. Mia showed up at the cafe, her backpack slung over one shoulder, eyes red from crying. Mom kicked me out last night, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. She found my diary stuff about questioning. You know, like you. Charlie's heart plummeted. This is my fault. My coming out opened the floodgates, and now Mia's paying the price. She hugged her sister tightly, the familiar scent of teenage shampoo grounding her. You can stay with us, Charlie offered, though inside she panicked. How do we handle this? Celeste and I aren't ready for a kid. Celeste welcomed Mia without hesitation, setting up the pull-out couch and cooking a simple dinner. But tensions simmered. Mia, raised under Evelyn's strict regime, eyed their relationship warily at first. Is it wrong? She asked one evening, fidgeting with her fork. Charlie's response came from a place of raw honesty. Society says yes, but my heart says no. Love isn't a sin, Mia. Yet, as she spoke, Charlie questioned her own words. Am I leading her astray? What if Evelyn's right and I'm damning us all? Word spread through the community and support mixed with backlash. Anonymous hate mail arrived at the cafe. Bible verses scrawled in angry red ink, threats of boycotts. Charlie's father called, his voice strained. Evelyn's filing for custody of Mia, claiming your influence is harmful. The news hit like a punch. She's using Mia as a weapon. How low can she go? Charlie's anger flared, but guilt tempered it. If I'd kept quiet, none of this would happen. Celeste, ever the social worker, connected Mia with resources, counseling groups for queer teens, legal aid for emancipation. But the process was grueling. Court dates loomed, affidavits detailing family dysfunction. Charlie testified, her voice shaking as she recounted years of emotional manipulation. Evelyn's love is conditional, she said, tears stinging. Inside. Am I betraying her? She raised me when Mom died. The judge's sympathetic nod offered little comfort. The moral ambiguity tore at her. Amid the chaos, Charlie and Celeste's bond strained. Late nights turned into arguments. You're pulling away, Celeste accused. Do you blame me for this mess? Charlie denied it, but deep down resentment flickered. If I hadn't met you, I'd still have my family. The thought shamed her, a betrayal of their love. They made up in quiet moments, but the damage lingered like cracks in glass. Evelyn escalated, appearing on a local conservative podcast, decrying the homosexual agenda, infiltrating families. She named Charlie twisting facts. My stepdaughter chose perversion over God. The cafe suffered. Vandalism one night, graffiti spelling out slurs. Charlie cleaned it up alone at dawn, sobbing. Why fight? Maybe surrender is easier. But seeing Celeste's worried face hardened her resolve. A breakthrough came unexpectedly. Charlie's father visited again, this time with divorce papers in hand. I can't live with her hate anymore, he confessed. Seeing what she's doing to you girls. It's opened my eyes. Charlie embraced him, relief flooding her, but questions remained. Is this genuine or pity? Can we rebuild? Mia thrived under their care, attending her first Pride event, her smile a beacon. Yet Evelyn's shadow loomed. The custody hearing was a battlefield. Evelyn, poised in her Sunday best, painted Charlie as unstable, influenced by deviant desires. She's not fit to raise a child, she argued. Charlie countered, her testimony laced with pain. Love isn't deviant. Denying it is. The judge ruled in their favor, Mia stayed, but victory felt hollow. We've won the battle, but the war on hearts continues. As life stabilized, Charlie reflected on the costs. The cafe rebounded with ally support, but scars remained. She and Celeste renewed their commitment in a private vow, whispering promises under the stars. But Evelyn's final act, a disinheritance letter, cut deep. You've chosen your path. Live with it. Charlie pondered. Was standing up worth the fractures? Or did I sacrifice too much? Stability was fleeting, a mirage in the desert of ongoing drama. Just as Charlie began to breathe easier, with Mia settling into school and the cafe humming with regulars, a new storm brewed. Evelyn, undeterred by the custody loss, turned to social media, posting veiled rants about lost souls and tagging local churches. Comments flooded in, some supportive of her stand for family values, others viciously attacking Charlie. She's turning this into a crusade, Charlie thought, scrolling through the hate late at night. How much more can I take before I break? Celeste noticed the dark circles under Charlie's eyes. We need to fight back smarter, she suggested, proposing a counter-campaign. Sharing their story through LGBTQ+ advocacy groups. Charlie hesitated. Exposing more? Could backfire. But the alternative silence felt like defeat. They filmed a video, Charlie's voice steady as she spoke of love amidst prejudice. It went viral, garnering donations for the cafe and messages of solidarity. Yet, inside, Charlie wrestled. Am I exploiting our pain for gain? Is this empowerment or desperation? Mia's involvement added layers. She wanted to speak out too, but Charlie's protective instincts kicked in. You're too young for this scrutiny. Mia pushed back. It's my life too. The argument escalated, echoing Charlie's own rebellions. I'm becoming like Evelyn, controlling out of fear. The realization stung, forcing Charlie to relent. Mia's post, a simple photo with a caption about acceptance, drew Evelyn's ire. A cease and desist letter accusing defamation. The legal tangle deepened. Charlie's father, now separated, offered financial help but wavered on full support. I don't agree with your choices, but I hate seeing you hurt. His words cut. Half acceptance is worse than none. Charlie confided in Celeste. Why can't he just love me fully? Celeste's response was gentle. Change takes time. But we deserve better. Betrayal struck from an unexpected quarter. A regular at the cafe, someone Charlie trusted, leaked private conversations to Evelyn, details about their struggles. The result? Evelyn confronted Charlie's father with evidence of instability, swaying him temporarily. He pulled back support, leaving Charlie reeling. Who can I trust? Even friends turn? Paranoia set in, straining her relationship with Celeste. You're shutting me out, Celeste said during a heated exchange. Charlie snapped. Maybe because everything I touch crumbles. Reconciliation came through therapy, mandated by the court for Mia but embraced by all. Sessions unearthed buried traumas, Charlie's mother's death, Evelyn's overcompensation, Celeste's abandonment. You're not defined by their judgments, the therapist said. Charlie internalized it slowly. But the damage is done. How do I forgive? High drama peaked at a family mediation. Evelyn, face to face with Charlie, unleashed years of resentment. You stole my husband and daughter with your selfishness. Charlie fired back. You drove them away with your hate. Tears flowed, accusations flying. Mia intervened. Stop. We're all hurting. The room fell silent, a tentative truce forming. Evelyn agreed to therapy, a small step. But progress was uneven. Charlie discovered Evelyn's secret. A past affair, hidden hypocrisy. She's no saint. Should I expose it? The moral dilemma consumed her. Revenge versus mercy. She chose silence, but the knowledge empowered her. We're all flawed. As bonds mended tentatively, Charlie and Celeste planned a commitment ceremony, small and intimate. Invitations went out, including to Evelyn, a test. She declined harshly. I won't celebrate sin. The rejection hurt, but Charlie stood firm. Our love isn't for her approval. The ceremony was beautiful, vows exchanged amid friends. Yet, as they danced, Charlie wondered. Is happiness possible without full reconciliation? Or is partial peace enough? Tentative peace shattered like fragile glass under the weight of renewed conflict. Weeks after the ceremony, Evelyn relapsed into aggression, filing a lawsuit against the cafe for emotional distress caused by the public fallout. The claim was frivolous, but the legal fees drained resources. She's weaponizing the system, Charlie seethed internally. How far will she go to punish me? Nights blurred into strategy sessions with lawyers, Celeste by her side, but exhaustion bred resentment. Why fight forever? Maybe I should sell the cafe and run. Mia's school life complicated matters. Bullies, egged on by online rumors, targeted her. Your sister's a freak, they taunted. Mia came home in tears, forcing Charlie to confront the ripple effects. My choices hurt innocence. Am I selfish? She advocated at school meetings, demanding anti-bullying policies, but inside guilt festered. If I'd stayed closeted, she'd be safe. Celeste's job suffered too. Clients pulled by conservative parents fearing influence. She hid the stress, but Charlie noticed. Talk to me. Celeste exploded. I'm losing everything because of your family. The accusation hung. A betrayal in their sanctuary. Charlie retreated. She's right. I'm the poison. They slept apart, the distance growing. A turning point arrived via an unlikely source. Charlie's aunt, estranged from Evelyn, reached out. Your stepmom's always been controlling. Stand your ground. Stories poured out, Evelyn's manipulations in the past. Empowered, Charlie dismissed the lawsuit with evidence of harassment. Victory in court felt triumphant but hollow. Winning means more division. Evelyn's breakdown followed. Hospitalized for stress, she called Charlie from her bed. I was wrong, but I can't change. The vulnerability cracked Charlie's armor. Is this manipulation or genuine? She visited, conversations tense but revealing. Evelyn admitted fears rooted in her own repressed feelings. I envied your freedom. Charlie empathized. We're mirrors trapped by society. Healing began slowly. Family dinners, awkward at first, fostered understanding. Charlie's father fully embraced her. Attending pride events. Mia blossomed, confident in her identity. Yet scars reminded. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. Charlie and Celeste rebuilt. Therapy mending rifts. We survived, Celeste said. Charlie nodded but pondered. At what cost? Was the journey worth the toll? With wounds bandaged but not fully healed, life pushed forward, demanding Charlie confront the final layers of her turmoil. The cafe, now a symbol of resilience, hosted community events, support groups for queer families navigating similar battles. Charlie spoke at one, her voice steady. Love demands sacrifice, but hate demands more. Applause followed, but inside. Am I a hypocrite? My sacrifices nearly broke me. Evelyn's therapy progressed, leading to a heartfelt apology over coffee, at the cafe no less. I projected my fears onto you. Tears mingled with lattes. Charlie forgave, but boundaries remained. Trust is earned. Mia mediated, her growth inspiring. We're family, flawed but trying. Celeste proposed formally, a ring symbolizing commitment. Through hell and back. Charlie accepted, joy piercing the drama. Their wedding, small and defiant, included all, even Evelyn, who attended silently. Vows echoed promises of endurance. But reflection lingered. As they honeymooned, Charlie questioned. Did my bold stand liberate or destroy? In the end, was defying family prejudice a righteous choice? Or did it perpetuate cycles of pain that could have been avoided with compromise?